Being ugly versus attractive in school. I'm a grown man. Why are we talking about school? And you using grown adults, 30, 40, 90-year-olds. What the hell?
Whether you give a damn about how you look or not, it goes without saying your appearance is your first impression. From your fit to your face, people's first thought of you is either, I like how this person looks, they're inviting, or damn, this nigga ugly than a...
Chat, we gotta get to the bottom of this. Am I handsome and inviting? When y'all see me, do y'all be like, Reese is handsome and inviting? Come on, man. Fuck with me. Yeah. No. What? Don't say that. Pull your pants up. They right where they need to be. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Lock in with a real stepper, man. Lock in. This guy ugly. Okay, I tried. Goofy and tiny. Thought I had that shit on. All I need is a pair of Tim boots to go with this fit, and I'm LeBron James in the streets. You need a belt. Nah, I had to take my belt off because I was putting belt to ass. Stop playing around.
Now, if I'm being honest, all my life I've been told that I'm a handsome young man. When I would go into my mother's job at 14,
lucky fucking you, buddy. I've never heard that.
Her employees would consider statutory. I may have had a good foundation, but I was like you once. I had the little kid special, the low cut, the baldino jack, basically bald with a line.
If I have a son, he not getting this cut ever. Nigga staying with a low taper fade.
Line up buck teeth. I always had that shit on though. My mom did not play about us looking crazy. But when I finally grew into my big old head, started filling in my shirts that didn't look like a cloak on my body anymore, I realized the true power of what being attractive does. But just like everything else in this world, there are pros and cons. So allow me to present to you the truth of being ugly versus attractive in school. To begin where most of us start out at, being a chopped young nigga. A lot of us start here. This is where you build your character and you start realizing that you like more than video games and fruit snacks and shit. You're not really too worried about how you look because you're a kid. Around elementary school, this really don't matter. The only beauty standards were like speed and the type of snacks that your mom packed in your lunchbox and shit. And that's
everything I've ever done helped me with men, never women. Life's fucked up. I had a guy used to come up to me every day in middle school and be like, Reese, did your mom pack you lunch? Because he used to eat my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that my mom used to make for me. I ain't want to eat my peanut butter and jelly myself because it used to soak through the bread. The jelly used to soak through the bread. And I'm like, man, this is a messed up sandwich. But that nigga had no problem eating that soggy ass sandwich.
Good because there's no reason why you need to even be indulging in any activity so young. It's not until like middle school when you start to realize, damn, you start waking up with your willy hard and shit. Wait, just one sec. Just want to take this time to tell y'all come pull up to the reaction channel. I about her riding bikes, see her walk by at one of my games, airball and layups and shit. I say all that to say it's around this period where you're starting to actually find women attractive. Just as we are finding them attractive, they are finding us. So that inspires us.
I skipped where you started, but I'm a late bloomer. I wasn't worried about girls when other kids was worried about girls. My life got caught off guard. I remember life like this. Me and my homies was talking about video games, cartoons, and toys. I leave for a summer and we come back to school the next year and niggas talking about bitches and I'm still talking about video games, toys. I was like, when did niggas start caring about how girls look? I was so lost. I swear to God, I was so fucking lost. I was like, when did we start talking about this?
To start working on your appearance. You remember how around this period you cared more about how you might have been dressing, the way your hair looked. It's because deep down you wanted to be attractive and desired. Like I said, I knew I wasn't unattractive because older women would always say to my mom if I was walking with her, he's so handsome, he's gonna do something with the ladies, but that just didn't reflect when I was in school at the time. That may have been true, but in school I was undesired. Nobody wanted me. Where I was living at the time was heavily Hispanic. Around this time Justin Bieber had just popped off. He was going stupid. Thing about Hispanic people, they can put their hair to the side, do the Justin Bieber little cut that he had. Niggas can't do that. I mentioned earlier the haircut that I was sporting was so low. During the winter, not wearing something on my head was asking for hypothermia. Anyway, I would go into school, girls would deadass be asking, why are you bald? Walking through there looking like Lil Bill every day, but my fits was
see the life that I live. Niggas call the character I'm compared to an insult. That tells you where I'm at. If I get compared to a guy that y'all consider ugly, what the fuck does that make me? What the fuck does that make me?
Clean though. And what comes right after being unwanted is also being rejected. Because when you finally gain a little bit of confidence to be like, you know, I'm actually gonna pull up on shorty, I'm gonna talk to her, walk up, she hits you with that forbidden ill, that's enough to almost make a nigga turn homosexual. My apologies, I'm lying.
Nah, that never happened to me. No girl ever said ill. They always used to say, Reese, he funny, but he too little. I was always too small. They never took me serious. How the fuck we the same age? You ain't gonna look at me like I'm a person. I was a little kid to everybody my age. How the fuck does that work? You ever been so little people thinking you younger than what you are? That don't even make no goddamn sense.
But no doubt that you carry that and it really hurts your soul. First time being rejected was weird because I actually got with the girl that I wanted to be with. When she randomly sent her homegirl to break up with me and I asked why, I found out it was because she thought I was a nice guy and I was cool. She liked this Mexican Justin Bieber haircut ass nigga.
And I just was not that.
Now, although those are the negatives, there are actual positives to coming up being an unattractive nigga. One, you don't fall into hypersexual shit so young. For the amount of young girls getting pregnant in middle school is actually egregious. How are you walking out pregnant at 12, 13, starting their family life before they learned algebra? You still get to come up and be a kid, you get to chill. When I finally did get a girl around this time, I'm so geeked and hyped, and like a lot of us, corn done tainted our brains young. I'm in middle school, 8th grade, trying to get head.
Well, nigga, if you don't sit down.
Another thing is you get to gain certain skills in different places. Y'all know those women or dudes or people who are pretty attractive, but they don't have no personality. They like bland. It's like talking to a wall. If you was an ugly nigga, you ain't got to go through that. You get to learn to be the class clown and be funny. You get to make up for it in certain places. You know what I'm saying? Lastly, you get to glow up. I feel like everybody has an opportunity to glow up. Your glow up might not be like somebody else's because you're probably already pretty low on that scale. You don't possess the properties to allow yourself to get to a certain point, but that's okay. You glue up still. If you had an issue of being real skinny like I did, you can get big. Teeth crooked, you get braces. A lot of people's come ups was during this period, but this is where I start to transcend and leave you chopped niggas. Some of you niggas didn't get to have the best of both worlds like me. I got to feel how it felt to not be the most attractive nigga, but then I got to feel the wrath and the power of a nigga that got hoes. Like I said, the predominantly Hispanic school that I was going to, I went there from middle school to my first year of high school. It wasn't until I moved to a more African American area and went to a new school that I realized the power that I had. Yes, I hit puberty. Yes, my jaw started to sharpen up a little bit. The day I really knew it changed, I had visited my old school, seeing a lot of the people that wasn't stunting me at the time. Left and had DMs, calls, trying to figure out what was going on. But before I get into all the positives of that, I would like to talk about the negatives of growing up attractive, because they are there. First, learning how to navigate women young. Learning about girls in middle school, 8th grade and shit, for the most part, pretty innocent, besides those people that was getting pregnant. It's very subtle. I had my first kiss in middle school, barely texting my mom over here checking my phone. Whenever you are talking about anything, it's some bullshit. Y'all have nothing to talk about. Once you cross over to that teenage world, you actually start to learn how demonic women can be, especially when they want you and they coming up to you. First, you might not really even notice. Like I said, at one point, I was not a desired young man, but when I finally turned up, I had women pushing up on me, asking for my number, what school I'm going to. For a moment, it was overwhelming. That's until I started getting to my bag, and I should not have been getting in my bag so young. It didn't take until my second year of high school till I started smashing. I need to be focused on schoolwork and basketball, but instead this girl going through my phone, kicking me out in the IHOP parking lot. Obviously, this can also be a pro, because when you're finally out of school, you're not like some of these niggas. Y'all know the ones that we be laughing at when we be like, oh, he didn't get no girls in school because they act out of character for him. They be acting out of body. It's clear that getting women is just new to them. Travis Hunter. But just like everything else, there's levels to it. You feel gassed up. You feel on top of the world. What basically leads you to having so much confidence that you just start doing things. You feeling like him. You talking to multiple girls, shooting at women twice your age. The next thing is being seen as soft. When you are an attractive person, you automatically be seen as somebody that don't get their hands dirty, a pretty nigga, and don't fuck around to be light skinned like me. Now they talking about light skinned, pretty nigga, oh, he da da da. In school, that used to upset me so bad to the point where it made me flash. It made me one of those niggas that would flash easily. I didn't like doing the lunch table roast because if somebody said something, I'm getting too mad. I became very sensitive, trying to prove that I'm a man like the rest of y'all. Think about it like this. You see somebody that's more attractive on the street, you feel welcome. You don't feel threatened. You feel like you can come up and talk to this person. Think about that one grimy chop.
Reese, just get a bald baddie. Shut up.
person you saw had his hoodie on, your guard automatically go up. And in its essence, that's just what's going on subconsciously. At the end of the day, as long as you stand your ground, you good. Know that you're not to be played with. But that stigma is there though. Something else from the male perspective is that automatically niggas think you trying to shoot at women all the time, or that you got women lined up. Forget just from a male perspective, from a female one too. The amount of times that I've been speaking to a woman and she said,
You probably got to all these hoes, da da
I
da.
ain't gonna lie, some free game. The best thing is just be like, I mean, yeah, you know what it is. Like, it ain't really nothing. Some free game.
See, you know I'm ugly because no girl ever said that to me. No girl has ever, you probably got all these other girls. No girl has ever said that to me. I've never heard that not one time. You probably got all these girls. I've never heard that not once in my fucking life. Not even a hint of that idea. Nobody ever even said that. Nobody questioned that at all.
Real quick. Or a nigga be like, bro, call one of your hoes. Bro, I'm not even living like that. In a group with my friends, they trying to send me off to talk to this person. I'm chilling. Now, the positives of growing up attractive. You walk around confidently. Almost everywhere you go, somebody look at you, you can catch a gaze, see that you one of them. That does feel good. Two, you definitely get treated a little bit better. You're just accepted a lot more. More people are willing to talk to you. And it's almost a little bit of a con too if you're somebody that's more introverted like me. For instance, I could be walking in the mall and for some reason, somebody I do not know feel like they can strike a conversation up with me. And a lot of the time, I'm not trying to talk. I'm trying to be alone. But when you need it, people will treat you better, whether they like what they see or it's just nice to see a good looking person. Next, I'm not gonna lie.
The hoes, this, I ain't gonna lie, that's hard.
If you are living crazy, which I do not suggest none of y'all do, it's just too many risks, too many STDs. The selection of women you get to choose from is broad. Being able to get certain women that other people cannot get, ultimately it just feels good. And what leads to my next thing, you don't really have to try too hard. A simple hey that you can say in the DM goes a long way. You don't gotta craft no crazy message.
Why my haze don't work? Y'all know that's my special fucking move. That's my signature. You know I fucking mastered that move and that shit got me nowhere. Ain't that about a bitch? Why when I type hey, nobody give a fuck?
It can be very, very simple. I know y'all seen those videos where somebody don't even say nothing, they just put the phone out. Although those might be fake and exaggerated, it can also be true. I've been in loud environments where I just pull the phone out, I can't really hear you, and just get handed over, and I was winning. In school, I was going crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you look, as long as you're a good person, you have good morals and values, that's really all that you need to stand on. And if you want to look better, there's always a way that you can. You can always put forth some type of effort to look a certain way or better your appearance. That's the good part. But if that's not your concern, don't worry about it. Live your life, follow your purpose, and you'll be happy regardless. That being said, man, like the video, sub up, comment up, binge the rest of videos on the channel, bro. It has been a minute since I've dropped a video.
Yeah, I'm glad that he told us about his lifestyle.
He know that's a damn lie.
This man looked dead in the camera and tried convincing me there's cons of being attractive. There are, but the pros heavily outweigh them. Shut y'all raggedy ass up. This man was never ugly. Look at Jay freaky ass. He trying to sleep with him. My crazy glow up came when I was in my late teens. The difference in the way women treat you and people in general really do be night and day. Pretty privilege definitely exists as Chris Hemsworth. Beautiful people get away with too much. That's insane. You know that's a damn lie.